A frenzy seized my soul. Piles of gold rose up before me, castles of marble, thousands of slaves, myriads of fair virgins contending with each other for my love were among the fancies of my fevered imagination. In short, I had a very violent attack of the gold fever. Hubert Howe Bancroft.
The first gold had been found on the land of a Swiss-born adventurer named John Sutter, who had already created a 50,000-acre empire for himself in California. If he could keep the discovery quiet, he believed, it would make him rich beyond his wildest imaginings. But rumors began to spread. One person who heard them was a Mormon elder named Sam Brannan. He had been sent to California to establish a colony for the church. But the rumors of gold led him to Sutter's Mill. There, he saw an easier path to riches than working the streams. He opened a store next to Sutter's sawmill, fully stocked with picks, pans, and shovels, to cater to the needs of the treasure seekers he knew would rush to the gold fields once word got out.
Sam Brannan gathered together enough gold dust from various sources to put into a vial, took the next boat down to San Francisco, landed in San Francisco, still called Yerma Buena in those days, and strode up and down then Montgomery Street, waving the vial of gold over his head and crying, "Gold, gold from the American River!" It worked perfectly. People spilled out of the saloons, they'd pass the vial around, heft it in their hands, feel its weight, look at it, and it absolutely entranced them.
The gold rush had begun. By the middle of June, 3/4 of the men living in San Francisco had left town to dig for gold. From Mexico, where the Spanish had been mining gold for 3 centuries, so many men headed north, one American reported, that it seems as if the entire state of Sonora is on the move. Thousands more set sail from every port in South America. As word spread across the Pacific, Hawaiians and Chinese came to work the streams. For those who got there early, gold seemed to be everywhere. Lodged among rocks, glittering in sandbars, swirling in pools and eddies, there for the taking. Some made fortunes using nothing but spoons or jackknives to scoop it up. Others hired Indians to do the work. 7 miners, employing 50 Indians, dug out 273 pounds of gold in just 2 months. Prospectors like to say that the name California came from a combination of the Indian word Cali, which meant gold, and Fornia, which meant, wouldn't you like some?
That tremendous success of that summer of 1848 spread by way of letters and government reports. The president, in his State of the Union speech, announces that the astonishing news from Sacramento is true. So the news is coming not only from the president, but most of all from these people who are writing these vivid reports. Guy writes home and he says, you remember Dixon? He used to work for Ebenezer. He said, he has dug enough gold to weigh down a mule. Now, that means something to people, a mule.
The blacksmith dropped his hammer, the carpenter his plane, the mason his trowel, the farmer his sickle, the baker his loaf, and the tapster his bottle. I have only a community of women left, and a gang of prisoners, with here and there a soldier who will give his captain the slip at the first chance. I don't blame the fella a whit. $7 a month, while others are making $200 or $300 a day. Walter Colton,
Everyone knew California was valuable, but nobody could have imagined that it would be a place of such immense riches, and riches to be harvested so quickly and seemingly so easily. It's an incredible boon, an incredible stroke of good fortune. And it just is one of those senses in which the rest of the world, it must have seemed that everything was just falling in the path of Americans. All they had to do was stoop and pick it up.